I hear somebody talking in the background.
It's just me.
Okay.
The TV is running, watching the badminton game right now. So don't worry about it. I've already connected to all the channels. It's already streaming, but once I click the start broadcast, then we're ready to go. Yeah, we start.
How do I, Aina? How do I do that? How do I stream on my Facebook?
Oh, you can open pitchIN's Facebook page to see the live stream.
Okay.
Yeah, but right now we haven't started yet, so you won't see anything yet. But the connection is already ready. So
can I set it in such a way that it also starts streaming on my Facebook?
Yeah. I mean, once I start the webinar, you can see it on your Facebook. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But how do I do that? I'm sure I need to set up a connection, right?
No, you don't need to set up any connection. You just go to our Facebook, our own Facebook page. Yeah. So unless you want to stream it to your own Facebook page, then we have to do another setup, and we just don't have time to do it now.
Okay.
Maybe if you want to stream it on Properly Asia Facebook next time, we have to do a different linking. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Or is it possible to share the post where it's going live? I just share the post so that it doesn't look like it's streaming directly to the to Properly's Facebook page, but at least
you can. Yeah, once we start this, the link you can actually share it to your own Facebook page. Yeah, no problem. Meaning,
Okay. Then I'll do that. Okay.
Yeah.
Kumaresh, do you want to try sharing your screen?
Sure.
All right, that looks good.
All right.
Yep. Hi, Aston. Hi.
Hi.
Can you try sharing your screen so that we can see if everything's okay?
Give me 1 minute. Okay, can you guys see my screen now?
Yep, looks nice.
All right.
Thank you.
So is now a full screen?
Yeah.
Okay,
it's full screen.
Cool. So later I just when my turn I just share, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Kumaresh, we're still supposed to have a chat, right?
Yeah, still waiting.
Yeah, we got to do it maybe next week. This week is a bit busy. But,
yeah, I mean, I understand, Frank. All of us been like, struggling to raise this money. So I know a lot of activities happening.
Yeah. And we only all get 24 hours, yeah? That's the same for everybody.
Yeah, everybody. The lockdown is not helping much, actually.
Yeah, that's what I said to Aina just now. It's, I think it's definitely a challenge. Okay, now I see the stream. So how do I get that link then? Let me see. Oh, copy the link. Yes, I got it.
How's everyone? How's your day going on?
Cool, man. How about you?
All good, man. I got one question for you.
Yes.
Where are you getting your haircut, man?
I buy the machines and cut myself, lah.
Okay.
What to do? Like they're closing down like 2.5 months.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, very hard to like fundraise with the hair or like this and that.
Tell me about it, man. It's like last 2 months I've been just home. I just couldn't go out and I was really frustrated.
Yeah, same here. It's very hard, lah. Let's see when the government want to open back some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not about the government. I think it's more about the pandemic.
Right.
You all need to be responsibly try to do this together.
Right.
What to do? Businessman always kena first. So always kena hit first.
Yeah. But bro, your website, right? I just want to ask you something like when let's say we want to is it we just put budget there and put all the requirements we want there, then you guys will have to connect to them or you guys will show who to find for?
Not really, bro. You see, Adwork, right, is very similar. It's a marketplace. It's a media advertising marketplace, right, for advertising, right? So that means it's a self-serve platform. You just go there and you select your media, then you add to your cart, just like Lazada, and after that you make your payment there, and then the ad will go live. So the system will actually send your request to the media owner. For example, right, we have about 12 category like newspaper, radio, billboard, everything is there, right? Let's say that you book for radio, like Zion, right? And when you pay online, after that, your creative will be sent to Zion for them to air it whenever the date you choose.
Oh, understand. So it's like
hey guys,
you...
I'll click the start webinar now, yeah, because we're already streaming. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Ed.
And then I'll give it to you, Aina, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, let's start now since we're already live on Facebook and everywhere else. So good evening, everyone, and welcome to pitchIN Thursday. Thank you for joining us this evening. We're joined by 3 issuers, Adwork, Properly, and Hometaste today. My name is Aina, and I'll be your host. So if this is your first time tuning in to our sessions, pitchIN is Malaysia's leading equity crowdfunding platform in Malaysia, a registered market operator under the Securities Commission of Malaysia. So we've successfully helped startups collectively raise more than 170 million ringgit to date, so the most among all ECF platforms in Malaysia. So what equity crowdfunding does is that it gives regular investors the opportunity to invest in amazing Malaysian startups with high potential for growth, alongside angel investors and sophisticated investors. So without equity crowdfunding, these deals are not as accessible to the public. So to date also, pitchIN has seen more than 5,000 investments. Could be one of you if you go to www.equity.pitchin.my. So you'll be able to see all the investment opportunities. So this session is what we regularly run to allow businesses to present their investment pitch directly to you as investors, so that you'll be able to ask them questions and then hopefully make your investment decision. So please feel free to ask as many questions as you want. If you're tuning in through Zoom, you can ask your question in the Q&A section. If you're tuning in through Facebook, YouTube, or LinkedIn, you can put your question in the comment section and we'll get to them after the respective company pitch. So tonight we have Kumaresh from Adwork, Frank from Properly, and Aston from Hometaste. So each of them will have 10 minutes to present and then followed by a Q&A session for their respective pitch. So without further delay, let me start with Kumaresh from Adwork. So Adwork is a self-serve media advertising marketplace intended to provide an easy, affordable, and effective advertising experience for SME business owners in the Southeast Asia region. So you can take it as something like Amazon for advertising. So Adwork is currently live on our platform, raising a minimum of 500,000 ringgit and a maximum of 2 million. So the minimum investment block is 1,800 ringgit. So without further ado, let me pass the stage to Kumarish.
Thank you, Anna. Right. I hope the video made a good introduction about our business. Good evening, everyone. I'm Kumarish, CEO of Adwork. As part of our growth strategy, we are raising 2 million ringgit on pitchIN platform, and I'm here to explain to you more about Adwork and how Adwork can be a ideal investment choice for yourself. Okay, let's get started. Adwork. So Adwork is actually a self-serve media advertising marketplace. It's an e-commerce platform, pretty much targeting SME business owners. When I say self-serve media advertising marketplace, just think about it like Lazada, right? See, Lazada is a platform, it's a shopping platform, it's an e-commerce marketplace where you use to actually buy your daily goods, the B2C products like shoe, clothes and washing machine and stuff like that. So you go to Lazada and you select your product, you make your payment, and that's it. The product is delivered to you, right? Very similarly, today we brought the entire media buying. When I say talk about media buying, right? Media advertising media is like newspaper ad, radio ad, TV ad, cinema ad, billboard ads, everything into a single platform called Adwork. So today you can go to Adwork, very similar to your Lazada experience, just with a few 3-button clicks, where we're calling it a 3-step booking. Yeah, with 3-step booking, first you choose your media, whichever media you want, newspaper, radio, TV, cinema, whatever you want, right? You choose it, you add your package. First, you choose your media. Second, you add your creative, and third, you make your payment. That's it, and your ad will go live. And at the moment, we have the largest media collection in Malaysia. More than 95% of mainstream media, which is ad media, right, including digital, is available on our platform. Very similar to Lazada. Lazada and Shopee, they're very popular because they have a lot of promotions, right? Shoe that you get for 300 ringgit on Lazada, you can probably buy for 200 ringgit, right? There comes a lot of discount promotions and stuff like that. Similarly, if you go to Adwork, we have about 5 million ringgit worth of promotions. Some of our billboards come with about 50% discount, 80% discount. Some of our digital products, there's about 70% discount. Our TikTok package is less than 2,000 ringgit for you to start with. So these are the things that are happening on Lazada. The platform, the company was launched in December 2019, and we have completed more than 1 million ringgit booking as of today, right? So some of the tractions that we have done. Okay, this is a very brief introduction about the company. We launched in 2019, self-serve media advertising marketplace. So our vision, right? So we want to be a regional player. From the very first day we started the business, we always have a regional ambition. So I'll explain to you in a few other slides, how we want to expand into that. The problem we are trying to solve, the main problem that this startup is trying to solve. First thing first is actually a blue ocean for media owners. When I talk about media owners, right, we are talking about people like The Star, Astro, Media Prima, Big Three, and so on and so forth, right? They've been always targeting the big clients. When I say big clients, Nestle, P&G, Proton, these are the big advertisers, right? Wherever you turn in the country, you can see big billboards actually used to advertise their products. But what happened to the smaller advertisers? We're talking about 1 million SMEs in the country, which is not tapped at all. So platform like Adwork is used for these media owners, which is a blue ocean for them to actually target the SME business owners to advertise. Second thing, we're offering a very competitive, transparent, bite-sized packages. As I told before, one of the examples is TikTok. TikTok on our platform is sold for less than 2,000 ringgit. So we're actually offering a very competitive bite-sized packages just for SMEs to quickly buy and advertise their product and get some business out of it. Our platform is also a one-stop media marketplace for all the SMEs. Today, even if you don't want to buy, right, you can just come to our site and see what are the price of the items. Before this, you have no idea what's the price of like a billboard, radio, TV. Nobody knows how much it's going to cost for you to advertise, right? So today, all these things are available on public for you. And last thing, we are connecting SME advertisers and media owners. Okay. Now, which is our focus market, or our clientele, our target market? This is pretty much, SME is our target market. But within SMEs, typically, they actually broken into three categories, yeah? Medium, small, and micro. Micro is the biggest segment of SME in this country, or any part in this region for the matter. But these are consists of these mom and pop shops, very much what we call as micro entrepreneurs. Our target market is medium and small industry. Of course, we're not going to neglect the smaller guys, but the focus is, of course, the smaller, small industry and medium industry with a annual revenue of less than 50 million ringgit. So how big is the SME advertising market, which is Adwork's market? Yeah, people always ask this question, right? The other agencies are targeting bigger boys, bigger advertisers. This Adwork as a tech startup marketplace is targeting SMEs, right? So how big is the SME advertising market? In Malaysia alone, it's about 1.2 billion ringgit. Yeah, and this entire region which we are targeting is worth about 12 billion ringgit. So what is very special about Adwork? It's a big question there. What is our what do you call these USP and stuff like that, right? So we are the first in the market, right, to offer a complete end-to-end media booking marketplace in the region. We are pretty much end-to-end. When I say end-to-end marketplace, right, some of the criteria to be a marketplace or an e-commerce, right, is find the product listing, search, until you can actually check out with the payment online, right? That's actually what we call as a complete full-blown marketplace. So we are pretty much first in the market for that. We are offering 3 easy step booking. As I told you before, select your media, add your creative, make your payment. That's it. Your ad will go live. Competitive pricing, up to 80% discount. Largest collection of media in the market, as I mentioned, about 10,000 over media is available for your selection on our platform. Creative service included. Some SMEs, they don't have a designer to actually do their artwork, right? So we include that for a small fee in our platform. Transparent marketplace, there's no hidden fees. We are also offering a microfinance and micro insurance for advertisers. We noticed that, most SME advertisers, especially during the pandemic, are very cash, there's a huge shortage of cash and finance. So what happens is they want to advertise, they want to build a market for their product and the business, but they don't have enough money. So at the moment, we are offering a microfinancing for advertising on our platform, which what we call as advertise now and pay later. This is with a partnership with Axiata Digital, Aspirasi, and it's live on our platform today. You can go and apply for loan as low as 1,000 ringgit up to as high as 100,000 ringgit. Lastly, we are also part of a very strong parent company. It gives us a lot of experience in network. Some of the validation after our launch, SME Corp have selected Adwork to be a grant fulfillment provider, which is one of the grant that offered by the government called BEEP, Bumiputra Enterprise Enhancement Program. Adwork has been selected to fulfill the grant. So we are expecting about 3 to 5 million ringgit revenue out of this grant program for SME Corp. The key milestone, what are things going to happen to Adwork here? We launched in December 2009. By end of last year, we managed to obtain about 1 million ringgit worth of media booking which means that people came to our site and did the booking with their credit card. And the largest purchase that we saw on our platform was for 30,000 ringgit. 30,000 ringgit, people actually made one purchase on our. Sorry, it was 180,000 ringgit. Sorry, 180,000 ringgit worth of purchase done on our platform, a single purchase. So by July this year, we were expecting our first funding. Hopefully that we can close it by August, slight delay there. And next month or September, we expect to start our product development, which is Adwork 2.0, which is why we are raising this money. And December this year, we hope to cross the monthly revenue of 2 million ringgit. And March next year, we hope to release our next product, which is Adwork 2.0. And April onwards, we want to actually start our regional expansion. April in Thailand, June in Indonesia, August in Vietnam, and October in Cambodia, and following January in Philippines. And finally, in December 2005, we're expecting an annual revenue of 57 million ringgit. Okay, this is our revenue model. We take 5% commission for every transaction. Right, which is 10% cheaper than agencies and media owners. They charge 15%, we are charging 5%. So until December 2015, we are expecting 500,000 transaction worth 5,000, just 5,000 ringgit. Every transaction worth 5,000 ringgit means when people book for a media, they're expecting a median price of 5,000 ringgit for 500,000 bookings. We're talking about including all the regions, all the countries in the region. Total revenue is about 2 billion ringgit, and gross revenue is 125 million ringgit. This is our financial projection for 60 months year. So by June 23, we expect to break even profit with an estimated valuation of 500 million in 2026. Where are we today? Sorry, this number is a few months backdated, but it's almost accurate actually. We have more than 2,000 SMEs registered on the platform at the moment, close to 2,300 SMEs registered on the platform at the moment. We have about 44 media owners registered, including the big ones of Malaysia, Astro, Media Prima, Star, NSTP, Big Three, and most of the key billboard owners, everybody is on the platform. All the radios in Malaysia is already featured on our platform, including BFM, Hits FM, Zion, Melody, everybody is there. We have already obtained about 1.4 million ringgit worth of booking until at the moment. Who else is doing this? Some of our competitors, we call it. Not direct competitors, but some people who are in the similar ad tech spectrum domain. AdEasy is a Malaysian company. AdQuick is an American-based company, and BidCrowd is a UK-based company. They're pretty much doing almost similar to whatever they are doing. It's just a little bit of a difference, right? Like AdQuick and BidCrowd, they are very focused only in billboard. In the case of Adwork, we offer about 12 different type of media, including billboard, static billboard, digital billboard, radio, TV, and so on and so forth. For fundraising, we are looking for a 12-month financing to reach 1,400 transaction worth 6 million in Malaysia before regional expansion. This is to support us until we release our next product, which is in March next year. So we are raising 2 million ringgit for the total shares of 10%. And the utilization for this money is for 70-30 for product development and marketing, the ratio here. How we plan to spend the money. For 1.4 million ringgit will be spent for tech, which are product development, technical manpower and productivity tools. And for growth marketing, for 600,000 ringgit, that we utilize for growth marketing for manpower and growth marketing programs. Product vision. All right. See, most people have this perception that Adwork is actually an advertising company. Actually, no. Adwork is actually a tech company operating in the advertising vertical, advertising industry. Similar to how when Grab used to be a car ride-hailing company, right? But they were not in the transportation industry. They were tech companies serving the tech industry, right? Transportation industry. So we have a lot of this technical ambition, product ambition, right? As part of our competitiveness. See, if we don't build our next product very fast and aggressively, this entire domain or the industry is very much open for competition, right? Because marketplace is just a marketplace without product capability, right? So we have some product vision that we want to develop next, which is Adwork 2.0, which will build us the capability for our competitiveness and also for our regional expansion. If you notice, our regional expansion is very fast. Every 3 months or 4 months, we intend to go into a different country, right? So this development will facilitate that expansion. All right. So we are broken it into 3 different categories: intelligence, automation, and experience. Some of the key features, there's so many features here, right? Some of the key features like persona-based media recommendation, which means that it will start analyze your SME and their persona and give recommendation on media for that. A personalized creative service matching, which means that we hope to have a pool of creative service providers where the system will automatically match them with the client. Self-boarding and administration for media owner. That means that, we will actually have a system for media owners to come on board to system automatically. Right? So these are some of the features which I can explain to you in detail if you require. These are the people behind the business. Siva and Bev, they are the industry veteran of advertising industry veteran. Over 20 years, close to 30 years they've been in the industry in Malaysia. They run this company called Trapper Group. Myself, the CEO. And Raj is the CTO for the business, close to 20 years experience in technical field in various organizations. The shareholder offer, all right? This is pretty much the summary of what we are offering. We have a minimum target of 500,000, maximum of 2 million. It's going to be a redeemable preference share. And the price per share is 900 ringgit. So the minimum investment is 2 shares, so that makes it 1,800 ringgit. And our exit plan is pretty clear, actually. It's one of the most lucrative exit plan in the offer at the moment. It's a fixed 5 years maturity for this share that you purchase, where we will actually buy it back at two times the purchase cost. Let's say that you buy a share today for 1,800 ringgit. Within 5 years, the share will get mature, and Adwork will buy back the share. We will, of course, offer you to buy back the share at 2 times the purchase cost. So it will become 3,600. So that means that, within 5 years, you're actually doubling up your entire investment. And every year, we are giving a dividend at the rate of 7%. 7% dividend per annum based on your investment. All right? All right. That's the end of my presentation. Thanks a lot. I'll take questions.
Thank you, Kumarish. So we have one question here.
Mm-hmm.
So do you plan to also offer marketing and advertising consultancy, in the sense that you will advise the SMEs themselves on how to best utilize their budget, rather than apart from matching, but also on the consultancy basis?
Yes, we do actually. On our typically on our social media and our email marketing and stuff like that, right? In our communication method, right? We always actually recommend campaign according to the times and the effectiveness, right? For example, now in the pandemic time, if you notice, right, the outdoor medias are not very popular, not very effective, like billboards and stuff like that. People not going out, so nobody see the ad, right? So whenever a client approaches for the customer service and stuff like that, or even through our communication, like our social media, email marketing on our website, we put a lot of focus for pandemic-proof media advertising. For example, we give recommendation for digital advertising, a lot of digital advertising or radio advertising, TV advertising. These are very popular and very effective. So those sort of consultation, yes, we do offer.
Thank you. So next question would be, when you mentioned the pandemic-proofing the advertising, does that mean that digital advertising always outperform other types of advertising?
It depends. That's actually $1 million question, which a lot of marketing experts are still cracking their head, right? See, the moment if I say that digital is better than the traditional media, right? There's a lot of half of the world actually going to come for a war with me, right? Okay. Now cut the joke, right? Let's get the serious matter, right? Now, traditional and digital, there's always a different timing and different usage and effectiveness for that, right? Of course, today's world, digital media is highly effective. People are spending more time on their digital devices, right? Phone, laptop, and social media, Facebook, and stuff like that. So digital media, there's a lot of effectiveness. But you need to play around with your media based on the usage, right? To create a branding value, there's always billboard. Nothing works better than a billboard. Billboard creates the biggest branding value, right? To keep reminding your customer about your product, right? A radio. Radio works extremely well. That's the reason why you need to do a little bit of research and see which particular media works the best for your product. And we are always available, like Adwork, right? We have a customer service we can simply chat on our site, and you can ask us for a consultation when we'll quickly advise. So to answer that question, whether digital is better than traditional, well, it's a tricky question. I would say during the pandemic in Malaysia, digital works far better than any other media.
Final question would be, what is the best feature or the key feature of Adwork that keeps SMEs to come back and spend their advertising budget with you again and again?
Oh, it's a price. It's a price, right? See, if you still remember, there was a survey done, right, in Malaysia, which is a more popular site, right, Lazada or Shopee, right? And I think about 60-70% people, they chose Shopee. The biggest difference between these, both are shopping sites, both are the same, right? It's almost the same experience, right? It's just that the price factor is very important for SMEs, and also the ease of use. They want SMEs, they always want to come, they want to make a quick decision, quick buy and see some result out of it, right? So number one is always the price. We negotiate with the media owner to get the best price possible. For example, if you look at some of our promotion, right, we are selling digital billboard in a prime location for less than 5,000 ringgit. You can never get that price anywhere else in the market, actually. So that's because we have a relationship, we build something and all that, right? So that is the cheapest. So price is number one. Number two is the ease of use.
All right. We have one final question from pitchIN, who's asking, does the 7% dividend per annum paid yearly or cumulative until maturity?
No, it's paid yearly, sir. Per annum. Right. So every year we intend to pay you 7% dividend from your investment.
All right. Okay. I think that should be all the questions for Adwork.
Thank you.
So now we'll move on to Properly. So Frank from Properly will be pitching today. Properly offers end-to-end property, resident, and community management applications for the property industry. So it's a mobile software solution where all the property developers, resident association, GMBs can manage and interact with its staff, suppliers, residents, and other stakeholders. So Properly is currently live on pitchIN with 2 more days to go, aiming to raise a minimum of 400,000 ringgit and a maximum of 800,000 ringgit with a minimum investment block of 2,000 ringgit. So 2 days left to go, just to repeat that. So now the screen is yours, Frank.
Thank you very much, Aina. Are you able to see my presentation at the moment? Yep. Okay, good. Then we're good to go. Thanks again to pitchIN for giving us the opportunity to present ourselves today. And thanks for everybody for logging into this session. Today I'm going to explain to you a little bit more about Properly, what we do and what we stand for. Properly, like Aina just said, is a digital management office and command center for property developers, joint management bodies, and building and property maintenance companies or management companies. So we handle property, residents, and community. We're AI driven, and we are much more focused on customer care and after-sales services. I'll get back to that in a little while in a bit more detail. Further, we serverless, and we are a cloud-based application that both works on iOS and Android. Let me quickly tell you a little bit more about myself. I'm Frank Umpire. I'm Dutch. I've been in Malaysia for 16 years. I love this country. I love everything it stands for. So I'm very happy, and the lifestyle here is really good. In the meantime, I've built a great team of people around me. Mr. Saiful Bari, our CFO, is in Kuantan. Mr. Englu, he's in KL here, and he's doing funding and acquisitions. And Matthias Gelber is leading our advisory board on environmental and sustainability issues. This gentleman, I'm going to get back to you later at the end of this presentation because we have something special coming up on Saturday. So stay tuned until the end. This is part of our operations team. We just hired another 2 people in the sales department, but we are slowly growing. So let me get to the gist of everything. In principle, the world is getting smarter. And I think the COVID-19 pandemic worldwide has clearly shown us that digital is a way forward. And we can definitely see that currently the property and construction industries are looking for new opportunities, new options, new technology to drive them forward. So all buildings we live and work in will connect to our mobile devices. So this delivers worldwide a massive opportunity. Worldwide, this industry is approximately 27 billion ringgit worth. Asia is doing well, 4.2 billion. And Malaysia is actually in our region doing extremely well. There's a lot of new prop tech companies coming up in Malaysia. And from that perspective, we're really making a mark in the region, which is great. And this is actually also noticed outside of the Asian region. Properly, definitely, as from the beginning, we want to become a global player. And interesting enough, we have currently traction in Malaysia, in the UK, in Mexico, and in Indonesia. By the way, the above numbers come from KPMG, Deloitte, and Ernst & Young and PwC. We combined them together. So what validates us in the market? In principle, last year, a study that came out in Singapore end of 2019, approximately 0.5% of all house owners are using a mobile application to handle their house. In principle, when we look into the future, in the next 5 years, 98% of all house owners will be using mobile applications and data-driven decisions to handle their properties. Then, what are these solutions that we solve for property developers, building management companies, and joint management bodies? In principle, their list is very long, and they all have a similar list of issues to be solved. We solve many for them, but in principle, most of it is in form of communication, proper communication between residents and a property developer, between the residents and the contractors, between contractors and his subcontractors. That's the communication we solve. Plus payments is another issue. Often property developers have difficulties collecting maintenance fees, so we play a part in that as well. Plus overall poor execution of services. And basically that's because the industry often still works with Excel spreadsheets, pen and paper. So the industry itself has relatively little automation. We will play a part in that. So whether you're a property developer with 500 or 5,000 units, you're welcome. If you have 10 units, you're also welcome. But if you're a house owner, you have 1 unit or 10 units, you're also welcome. So Properly is one solution for all properties. Do we have competitors? Yes, we do have some competitors in the market. We often get asked, are you the next this and this like this competitor? Actually, we're not. Software-wise, maybe we do very similar things, but from our DNA, we're very, very different. At the end of this presentation, I'll give you a glimpse of where we can get a bit more information on who we really are and what we really stand for. We look a lot on the community, the society, environmental issues. That is important. We need to drive this narrative, and these are very important because people want to live healthier, live longer, live in a healthy community. We really want to be a part for a property developer and a joint management body in that particular field. So we have a lot of key benefits. In principle, for our clients, there is no software investment. In the old days, everybody had to invest in software. That's no longer there. And we have a unique business model. We actually have, if you have seen our presentation before, you probably learned that our business model was very much a SaaS business model, so software as a service. We've stepped away on good advice coming from a very large organization here in Malaysia. We stepped away from that business model. Our business model now is much more service driven, and we're quite unique in some of the services that we are driving into the market at this moment. We have a new buyout option that we're going to launch middle of August for outsourcing the customer care center in full. And then there's a lot of other key benefits that we drive. Then, like I said, we find the environment very important. I think you see a white screen. Oh, here it is. There's something. There's a small delay. But in principle, from the early stage, we put an advisory board in place because we could see that the environment is an absolute vital item in living healthier. So Matthias Gelber is helping us on that. He works with a team of specialists who actually help us to drive our eco-warrior programs, but to also help property developers to build in a more sustainable way, to deliver more sustainable products. On Saturday, we'll have a bit more information on that. So what we actually do, we optimize digital communication for our clients, we enhance their workflows, we digitize their workflows, We improve their efficiency, and above all, we reduce cost. And in this challenging times like COVID-19 pandemic, reducing cost is of vital importance for all our clients. Further, do we increase business opportunities? Because one of the things that we notice with our clients is that there are certain streams of revenue that they are not picking up yet, and they are there. We just can implement them into our electronic devices. And our main goal to work together with our clients and their residents, their house owners, is towards resident satisfaction. If you drive resident satisfaction levels go up, you get happier clients, you sell more properties. So resident satisfaction is something that we talk about almost every hour in our office, but in principle, it's a very, very complex process. Anybody that ever visited a management office has seen sometimes the mess and the stress that happens there. All of that can be digitized. That's where we come in. We're powered by AWS, and we make it organized for our clients. So the services that we offer: state-of-the-art software solutions, mobile applications on iOS and Android, and a customer care call center services. Because we do believe that sometimes still people want to speak to a physical person. We help all our clients to go paperless and work towards a more sustainable society. So our real mission is to get to become best of class in customer care services for property development industry and drive the narrative of improved resident satisfaction. But we also drive the narrative of promote transparency. We come with quite a bit of experience. We started this company in 2014. Our business model was at that time very different from now. Then there came a moment where we focused fully on software development. And once that product was ready, we started to move into the market with our new line of products. And currently we're well on track for 2021. The road map to growth. I mean, we set out in January 2020 with the development of the current software package. Before that, we were a joint venture with a Dutch company where we actually used their software products that we tried to transfer into the Asian market. There came a moment where we had to say goodbye to the joint venture. So in January 2020, we started building our own software package. We're quite well on track. Our MSC status is pending at this moment. We're doing a crowdfunding campaign. We raised a total of 296,000 ringgit for 2021. Further, like I said, we're a business-to-business model, and we are very much service-based. Internally, within there are still a few additional revenue streams like white labeling and customization for our clients. Valuation was done at 7.2 million ringgit pre-money, based on previous results, 100% ownership of our intellectual property, pending trademark, value of proprietary software and applications, and the international market potential. The use of your funds. So if you will be investing in properly, and we hope you do, 40% will go towards tech expansion, 20% to back office staff, and 40% towards marketing. And then we have, like Aina just said, we have another 2 days to go in our campaign. That's why we have a last call offer, and we deliver you, depending on the size of your investment, anywhere between 2 to 12% in bonus shares. If you would like to know more or would like to see this presentation and have a bit more time to look at it, go to www.properlyfunding.com. That takes you to the pitchIN page, and you'll find more information about the company. Now, then this coming Saturday, actually the last day of our pitchIN campaign, we have a TETRX session. So we hope to see you there at 3 p.m. You learn more about our future. Thank you very much for listening, and I look forward to your questions.
Thank you, Frank. So we have one question here. How do you assess the demand for call center services in Malaysia?
Sorry, say that again.
How do you assess demand for call center services in Malaysia?
Okay, in principle, it's very simple. All our clients, the ones that are not digitized yet, right? I mean, some of our potential clients have already digitization in place, but the ones that don't have digitization in place yet, they have a few things. They work with emails, they work with WhatsApp, and they pick up the phone. And as soon as they pick up the phone, there's a demand to take our service.
Right. So the follow-up question to that would be, do you aim to be the one-stop solution where all the interactions will occur in the app itself?
Yes. In principle, as from 15th of August, we launch a new product where in principle we can say we buy out the full customer care center from the property developer. So the headaches, which normally the customer care part for a property developer is tremendous. It's a headache, big headache. And we provide our clients the opportunity where we buy out the full customer care center.
Right. One other question is, you have mentioned that properly would be considered a premium product in a niche market. Does that mean that you do not need areas of high density to be operational in the residential properties?
That is correct. You probably the person that asked the question saw this on the pitchIN website, because we answered, this was one of the questions that we answered there. Yes, we are a niche product. We also want to perceive it as niche. We don't want to play the game that our competitors is currently playing, where it's high volumes and low margins, and you can't recover from that. So that's also one of the changes that we have made in our business process at this moment. And that's also where we now have given the opportunity to actually fully buy out the property developers' customer care center. Yeah.
So
and for that we just need low volume, high quality.
Yeah. So that will mean that you won't need the property itself to be fully how do you say, with full occupancy lah, basically, for you to come in and then optimize the services.
That is correct. Yes. Yep. But of course, we help the property. Like, let's put it this way: one of the things that we often notice is that, for instance, if there is 1,000 units and there's not 1,000 house owners, so maybe only 900 house owners, and only 300 are using the digitization option. So we definitely will help our clients to ensure that there is a high density of the use of our product. Yes.
Right.
We put some systems in place where it becomes easier for the client to adopt to the new digital norm.
Thank you, Frank, for your answers. That is the last question.
Thank you so much.
Just to highlight to all the audience today, Frank will be having a virtual teh tarik session. We'll be sharing the links in the chat and also under the Facebook post in our pitchIN page. All right. So next we have Hometaste. Aston will be presenting today.
Hi. Just give me a minute to share screen.
All right. So just an intro on Hometaste. Hometaste is an F&B platform that incubates multi-brand online kitchens that connects foodies with F&B brands that serve delicious food based on home recipes. So Hometaste leverages technology to provide great customer experience to foodies, including delivery services, while lowering the cost for F&B brand development. So Hometaste is currently pre-live on pitchIN, aiming to raise a minimum of 500,000 ringgit and a maximum of 1.6 million. The minimum investment block is 3,000 ringgit, 159 ringgit. So over to you, Aston.
Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Okay, hello guys. So it's Aston here from Hometaste.my. Okay. Let me start my sharings. So good evening, everyone. So Aston here from Hometaste.my. So we have charactered different online kitchens brands in one kitchens, focusing on serving good food through food delivery channels like GrabFoods, GoFoods, Foodpandas, like Hometaste.my itself. So Hometaste is in a prime position right now to take advantage of the current trend in the global food technology industries. If you want to see the potentials of investment on digitalized of F&B industry, we can refer to like e-commerce. So today, food delivery is what e-commerce was like 10 to 15 years ago, and the F&B business model will be restructured in next 5 to 10 years. So online F&Bs, cloud kitchens, and also SaaS products are some of the futures of F&Bs. So we started with the online F&B brands and participate in others one by one. So we are currently focusing on incubating multi-brands online kitchens. This is very different from the traditional way. They usually need like 300,000 to 1 million to test and ideas. But if you give us 30,000 today, with all the infrastructures we have, instead of like once at a time, we're able to test 10 brands. From there, we can choose the best performance brands and eliminate others compared with the traditional models. Not only our cost launchings is 10 times lower, but the efficiencies also increase by 10 times. Okay, so basically what we do is about foods. So this is a super huge market, not only one, but many billion-dollar company can be created. So we aim to be one of it. We currently generated revenues from direct to consumers products. Hometaste hope to capture at least 75 million US dollar worth of revenues by year 2026. So we currently serve 17,000 orders per month, and each customer make an average of 23 purchase in a year with a lifetime value of 610. So we currently have 2 cloud kitchens, and we plan to open 3 more by end of this year. So by 2023, our goal is to open up to 71 cloud kitchens, not only in Malaysia, but across Southeast Asia. Okay, so we are not someone who joined this after the pandemic. We saw this opportunity actually 4 years back. So for the past 4 years in the market, we have growth double yearly at the rates of 150% CAGRs. So we're aiming to reach a 24 million in year 2023. We have lowered our growth target to a compound annual growth rate of 130%. But if we can achieve more as before, it will be a bonus for your investment on us, of course. So these are some of our competitors. So we can talk more about these letters, but in general, the biggest losers of digitalized of F&B industry will be traditional restaurants. So although I like the street food like from Pachi Machi, Uncle Auntie, but the fact is they can't keep up with the food technology revolutions, which will cause them to be eliminated by the, And lastly, I would like to introduce you my team. So we are not all IT people who don't know how to build sales, and we are not all sales people who don't know how to build a product. So we have a diversified of co-founding teams. So if you want to know more about our team, maybe during the Q&A you can ask me. I can introduce you in next meetings. So we have a fundraising requirement of 1.6 million this rounds with a pre-valuations of 8.4 million. So this round of financings is not used to pay the team expenses. Okay, our business is currently able to generate break-evens on its own. So, and every cent you invest on us, we are used to expand our business. We currently live at pitchIN, of course, and as per today's sections. So far we have successfully raised up to like around 800,000. So with together with myself, I think we still left only 500 left to raise. So after this, we will end this round of financings. So we offer up to a 25% additional shares depending on your investment tier levels. This offer will end on 15 August or when we reach 1 million. So it depends on whichever comes first. And thank you, everyone. I'm ready to take your questions.
Okay, thank you, Aston.
Yeah, sure.
We have one question here. You've mentioned that you are leveraging on third-party platforms to increase your brand exposure. Can you elaborate on your examples of the third-party platforms?
Okay, so basically like 85% of sales currently I come from our platform itself, Hometaste. And then we still got like onboarding our product on GrabFood and also Foodpandas. Yeah, to like leverage on them for us to scale faster also to increase the brand exposures, everything. Yeah.
So when you do that, does it mean that you promote the F&B brands on their behalf?
What mean I promote on their behalf?
If you are onboarding on platforms such as Grab,
Yeah.
Does that mean the Hometaste brand will appear, or would it be the brands that are under Hometaste?
Yeah, we onboard only our brands. The properties like 100% owned brands by Hometaste on Foodpanda itself and GrabFoods. Yeah.
Okay. Next question would be, will the brands on your platform be exclusive to you?
For our own brands, so we don't do exclusive. Because for us, we are more likely is to build multiple brands inside one single kitchens instead of we build a platform. So it is not important like people's exclusive to us or not, because we own self, we also build products and we put on third-party platforms. So to be like more specific on this, maybe I use one example. So like I guess maybe I hope everyone from here is from KLs. So I guess everyone know Mid Valleys. So Mid Valley is a huge mall. So they collect their business model is collecting rentals. But we are more likely like a McDonald's inside the mall. So is McDonald's a big company? Yes. So is Mid Valley a great company? Yes. But we more like a partnering. So they are more like partnering. So we and Grab are in these relationships. Yeah.
Right. So one of the major impacts to the current pandemic is that a lot of people are ordering, but at the same time, there is beginning to see some dissatisfaction among F&B brands that they are being taken advantage of by platforms. So what is your differential factor compared to those other platforms?
Okay, so again, we are not like serving platform, so we are not urge people to onboard on us. On our website, we say website itself, selling site itself, more than 90% of profit generated by our brand itself. So when we put ourselves on all these third-party brands, so we also paying them the commissions also. But on here, I would like to emphasize is a digital era of the F&Bs. So what I mean is like just now when I talk about is like the industry will like change a lot in next 5 to 10 years is because the business model wherever you use on the traditional restaurants no longer used for today's. So it's like I would say it's more to like is either people adopt to this and or they will be eliminated by the era, the new brands. So what I mean is, like when the e-commerce just come out, a lot of retailers try to put whatever they have at Lazada or Shopee, and a lot of them fail eventually. And the new one who know how to play all these things and they success. So we are for the F&B exactly at these situations. So for whoever come to these eras, they don't know how to build the online perspective. So they will eventually been kicked out by the new player like us. Yeah, so this is the realities in next 5 to 10 years. So more and more traditional restaurants will be disappeared. I wouldn't say it's like 100% disappeared, but their market share will be like lesser and lesser in coming 5 to 10 years. Yeah, because they can't like catch up with the digitalized of the F&B.
Okay. One final question here. What is the demographic of your customers?
Okay, so currently it's like most of our customers, like 80% of our customers have two characteristics. One is females, another one is 80s, 90s, and 00s. Yeah, 00s. So yeah.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Aston. That was the last question. So since we're at the end of our session today, I would like to invite all our issuers or all our companies to give their final words. Maybe Aston, we start with you.
Sure. Okay. So guys, see, if you want to know more about the F&B industries and you probably, when you want to make investment, you want to invest in something that next 5 to 10 years will be growth enough, a lot, and will be changing the whole ecosystem. So I would say F&B is a ready market that can generate a lot of billion-dollar opportunities And for a lot of company, not only once, like either we own McDonald's, KFC, Subway, Pizza Hut, Domino's, it all is a great companies. So against these opportunities will be one against opens for all entrepreneurs when this thing turns online more, okay? So this is exactly what we are doing, what the opportunity we are catching on right now. So yeah, so anyone, if you're interested and you would like to invest or you would like to know more, I mean, please feel free to direct contact me. Yeah.
Thank you, Aston.
Sure.
Frank, maybe we have you say your final words.
Final words, my famous last words. Yeah. Good. Thanks again for hosting us the last couple of months for our campaign. You guys did a tremendous job for us. And it's challenging times for all of us. The pandemic is good for business, for some businesses, and not so good for other businesses. And that's why I'd like to hear the inspiring story from Aston just now. So when you choose for Properly, we want to, like I just said, we want to be perceived as a high-end service. We're delivering customer care. That's what we focus on, and we deliver that with passion. And if you would like to know a little bit more about the DNA of the company, the people behind us, behind the company, and the ideas that we have ready for the future, please join us in our TETADX session this coming Saturday at 3 p.m. And I'd love to see you there.
Thank you, Frank. Kumaresh?
Thanks, Anna. All right, let me just give you a quick summary about my presentation. Adwork is growing. Adwork is growing very consistently. As I mentioned during my presentation, we have a partnership with SME Corp, which is the largest SME organization in the country, to run their grant program, actually, which means that when SME get a grant, they can come to Adwork and actually redeem the grant. So we are expecting about 3 to 5 million ringgit annually out of that grant program. And we signed an agreement with Aspirasi, which is Asia's digital company, to offer microfinancing on our platform. A program that we call Advertise Now, Pay Later. It's almost like the first program in the world, actually. So it's available. People can come to our site and apply for a quick 24 hours loan. You apply now, and within 24 hours, you get the result. And for the regional expansion, we have already started the engagement with Singapore Press Holding, which is the largest media company in Singapore. And we already signed an agreement with them. That means that in the upcoming next few more weeks, right, you can buy Singapore media on Adwork platform. That's pretty much the first in the world where we offer cross-border media trading, right? And lastly, we are actually adding a few other partners as well. You can see the news coming up very soon. So we are very ready, and for the regional expansion, we invite you to part of our group. And yeah, that's all. And feel free to contact me after this. More than happy to get into a discussion. Thanks a lot. Have a good evening.
Thank you, Kumaresh. So thank you to all our companies pitching today, all our founders, and thank you to the audience for tuning in and for all your questions. Just to reiterate that all these founders are available for further questions. You can go to www.equity.pitchin.my, log in as an investor, go to their respective campaign page, and you'll be able to post your questions directly in the Q&A tab. So there you'll also be able to see their pitch deck, their financials, their legal agreements, and then you'll be able to also pledge or reserve your investments directly from the campaign page. So stay tuned for our further updates and the next pitchIN Thursday session. Our 2020 annual ECF report is available from our platform. And then thank you for your support.